July 1930. The quiet town of Okiouay, Elisha, western Nigeria, was about to be struck by heaven. It began as a meeting. Faith Tabernacle, a growing religious movement, had called their pastors and leaders to a conference, July 9th and 10th, a Wednesday and Thursday, to deliberate 24 doctrinal issues. Questions that divided them. Is polygamy sinful? Should Christians use medicine or trust only divine healing? What does holiness really look like? But God had another agenda. In their gathering was a young prophet, just 26 years old, quiet, yet blazing with an unseen fire. His name, Joseph Ayo Babalola. He had already stirred Lagos with miracles, and now, the wind of his calling had blown him here. Meanwhile, in a remote town, Igando not far from Okiouay in Elisha, in a little household, a storm of sorrow had broken. That evening, July 9th, a 10-year-old boy, John Obi Ogundipe, died. His mother wailed. Neighbors ran. At least 7 herbalists were called through the night, one after the other, but all failed. The next day, his mother was advised, take him to the church at Okiouay. I heard that a prophet who performs miracles is there. At dawn, the boy's lifeless body was carried through the streets toward the church. Babalola, inside, heard the cries. He looked out the window, saw the procession, and something surged in his spirit. He stepped out, ringing his bell, his face fierce with faith. Stop, he commanded. He stood over the boy, rang the bell again, and prayed like a man wrestling heaven itself.
John,
come back to life in Jesus' name. The crowd held its breath. Then, a sound, a faint sneeze. The boy's chest rose. His eyes opened, gasps broke into shouts. Shouts became dancing. Dancing became chaos. The boy was alive. People ran through the streets, screaming, the prophet has raised the dead. And that was just the spark. By afternoon, the news had swept beyond Igando. By evening, crowds were pouring into Okiouay. The lame dragging themselves, the blind led by hand, the sick carried on mats, all desperate to touch the man with the bell. The next day, the little church could no longer contain them. A rough wooden table was dragged outside and turned into a stage. Babalola climbed up, bell in one hand, Bible in the other, praying over buckets and bottles of water he had asked them to bring. As the people drank and used the water, miracles multiplied. The deaf heard, the crippled ran, the oppressed screamed as demons fled. For weeks, the revival roared. Still the crowd came, from Cameroon, Benin, Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast. All roads into Elisha jammed with cars, horses, barefoot pilgrims, tens of thousands pressing in to see for themselves. For nearly 2 months, July through August, the hills of Okiouay burned with glory. And when the fire began to quiet, it leapt to other cities, sparking the famous Ibadan revival in September 1930, led by yet another strange firebrand, Daniel Orekoya, who picked up the flame and carried it farther. The blaze could not be contained. Yet Babalola, standing on that wooden stage, looking over the endless sea of faces, spoke of something even greater. This is only the beginning. A greater revival is coming, one that will demand holiness, sacrifice, and prayer. But it will shake the entire earth. And now, exactly 95 years later, to this very day, the bell is ringing again. Heaven is searching for new hands to carry it.
You too are a revivalist. Yes, you have the call. Heaven is waiting for you to carry God's power for signs and wonders again to a generation. Not just for talking or preaching only, but for undeniable results. It will only come through prayer, fasting, and a life of holiness. You have wasted enough time. What if Babalola never answered the call? Yes, he too is waiting for you. The saints in heaven are waiting for you to complete the work they started, to pick up the torch of revival they dropped. A new wave of revival is here. Answer the call, soldier. Answer the call.